Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and notification bell if you love to watch more cheating stories. Can I ever move past knowing that my wife used her vagina to pay for a friendship 10 plus years ago? I've been married to my wife for 10 years. I recently found out that she had cheated on me a couple years before we were married. We were living together, at the time, and were going through a rough make or break type of time period in our relationship. She accused me of a lot of things that I was not doing, which made me angry and we fought a lot. I wasn't the nicest guy, but I was honestly faithful to her. Just felt smothered and annoyed. All of her friends at work would tell her that I was cheating on her, based on things she would find while snooping through my phone and emails. I did flirt with girls/women, but never actually went through with any physical activities. During this time period, she started making an effort to hang out with people from work, because she says that she felt isolated. She started hanging around with one male coworker, in particular, that always made me suspicious. But he wasn't very attractive and was a dork, so I didn't view him as much of a real threat. Still, I had always suspected something could have happened based on purely circumstantial evidence and intuition. I even offered her the opportunity to confess shortly after my suspicions arose. She told me that they only kissed once, and I accepted that / moved on from it. We got engaged a year later and married a year after that. Things started going well. We bought a house together, have since had 2 healthy children, and I make enough to where we can comfortably live off of one income while she stays at home and takes care of the kids. Everything in the last 5 to 10 years has mostly been good. We were genuinely happy. All of this happiness and closeness resulted in us becoming even more honest and open with one another. So, about a month ago, she decided to confess that she made regular trips to the apartment of a guy, her coworker that I had suspected she was messing around with, to engage in sexual intercourse. This went on for about 3 months, and her justification is that she wanted to have people to hang out with, and that's what really mattered. Not the sex. He would let her tag along at bars with his friends and stuff, but every once in a while she would drive to his apartment with the intention of fucking, showering, and then coming home to me. So she basically was paying for this guy's friendship with her pussy, at the time. For about 3 months, maybe longer, this makes me view her in such a different light that I get physically ill when I look at her now. I can't really remember how I actually felt about her a month ago, before I knew about this. I only know I felt that way because I remember myself thinking about how happy I was. I see a pathetic, scheming, cold-hearted piece of shit now where my wife once stood. It seems so completely out of her character to have engaged in something like this that it makes me question everything that has occurred since then. It really feels like it's something I'll never get over, even though it happened so long ago. It is just too surreal and shocking to not affect the way I view her character. On top of all of that, she continuously feels the need to justify what she did by explaining how unhappy she was, and how she needed the attention for validation. For the last 12 years, she has repeatedly told me that she has only had sex with 2 men. One guy before me and then myself. I don't really care how many men she has slept with, but the fact that I'm finding out about a 3rd one makes me wonder when I'll find out about the 50th. I can't believe anything she's told me since 2009. All I see now are images of the 2 of them having sex with each other. I see her driving from work to his house. Rushing to get there and get started on the dick time so that she wouldn't leave too late and get home too late. His apartment was nearly an hour-long commute to where we lived. It plays over and over in my head. Especially the image of her spreading her legs for him for the 2nd time. The last chance she had to stop herself and just having made a one-time mistake. The pain from seeing the images hurts so much that I have seriously considered ending my life. I have 2 children, and that is mainly what keeps me from actually doing it. Otherwise, I know I would. I know it seems like a stupid reason to kill myself, especially since it happened so long ago, but I really feel like boiling oil is pumping through my veins. I am in constant physical pain and have trouble focusing on anything at all. I get dizzy, I see spots, my limbs get numb. I'm all fucked up. She isn't a complete sociopath, so she obviously feels bad about it. She says all of the same things people say when something like this is revealed. I was a different person back then, I was not thinking clearly, it felt justified at the time, etc., etc. But any time we talk about it she gets defensive and turns it around on me. Makes sure that I know that I pushed her towards it. And says stupid things like it didn't happen that often, because he lived kind of far away, and I had time constraints, as if that is supposed to make me feel some relief. She also likes to say he was a loser and a bitch with a small dick. And I'm expected to feel better knowing that. She doesn't seem to have genuine remorse for the actions that she took. She seems to be more regretful that she didn't take this secret to the grave with her. I don't think there's a way to get back to the level of respect, admiration, and love that I had for this woman. I know it's not possible, especially since I never got the chance to choose whether I wanted to marry her if I knew what she had done. But does anyone have any suggestions as to how I can legitimately move on from this sick feeling and stop seeing these images repeatedly playing out in my mind's theater? It's killing me. I need to know some tricks from someone who has dealt with something similar. I really feel like my body is going to shut down, at some point. I can literally feel and hear my heart banging around in my chest. Here are some of the best comments from our community. Your marriage is built on a lie. See a lawyer to assess what divorce will look like for you. Your marriage as you knew it was a fiction that never existed and your wife was a fictional character in your mind. Now that the real her has been revealed, there is no going back to the fiction that you loved. Mourn the death of the person you loved because even though she only existed in your mind, she was real to you. Even have a private mock funeral for her, it's therapeutic. You just found out that the woman that was in your heart only existed in your mind, as did the marriage that was built on the lies this hussy, that is the real her, has fed you. I'm sorry, it hurts, but what you knew as your life and your marriage was a fiction that has burned away and the ugliness that remained is the actual truth. Be glad though, at least she has finally stopped making a fool out of you. You have your agency back and you can at last make your choices based upon the truth. Her grace for at last telling you the truth and not treating you like a fool in the dark is too little, too late, and because she held you for a fool this long, the lies are endlessly compounded and many things were built on this rotten foundation. She does not deserve the good man that is you, she never has. Get a divorce, you have to do this for yourself. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell.